Okay, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. By Hashem is in the name, okay? Shem is name, Baha in the, okay? So you can get that understanding. And you're going to need those names coming into this time. You can read in the book of Acts, there's no salvation in any other name where must call to be saved. You need to have those names. If you're not calling on Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, going into Jacob's trouble, you're not going to make it. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. You're not going to make it. Those names are the key to make it through this time. And it's here. But nonetheless, though, double honors to the apostles, the elders, Agri Millstone, who do well and teach well, are the true leaders of Israel today. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and your eye can push in his word out the four corners of the earth without truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. And Israel would be Asherah in the Hebrew, right? And princes of the power. But it would be contained of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that are scattered abroad of the four corners of the earth that may look like the other nations, but believe on the names of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai and this doctrine that is given to us by Yahweh Shai. Shalom, shalom. This is going to be a lesson going into what this president of Ambanjo is saying, and I'm going to let you guys hear him out, and then we're going to go into some precepts on explaining why things are the way they are.
My name is President Obonjo of Laughter Republic. Some call me the President of Africa. Some of my TikTok people here have called me the African Putin. You can call me whatever you want. The beauty of TikTok is the opportunity for me as president to talk to people from all over the world. I want to talk to every world citizen in all 6 continents. Asia, Africa, America, and the rest of all. I want to talk to you today because you see, I am a man who has traveled wide and far. I have traveled all over the world, and I will never understand why in every country there is a gap between the rich and the poor, and the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. It doesn't matter where you are, in India, in Nepal, in Nigeria, in Britain, in America, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And you have leaders from all over the world. Thank you. Thank you very much. You have leaders who are responsible. All right. I'm good. We have leaders who are responsible making a difference to people's lives, be it in America, in Brazil, in Japan, in Germany, and they are not doing their job right. You deserve better. You deserve a better leader. You deserve better leaders in the countries that you live in. What I want you to do is this.
And then he's going to go on to say to get involved and, rise up or whatever. But nonetheless, all this is for biblical prophecy's sake. 2nd Esdras 9 chapter is going to be uproars across the world, right? But there's a reason why you people are mourning. And there's a reason why it's all over the country. All over the world. Because these nations have took on the ways of America, Babylon the Great. They drunk that wine. This is why the nations are mad. You realize that your people are all suffering, right? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer, okay? And the thing is like it. Let me just clean that up. And the thing is we're in the midst of a transition. Before I get that precept, let me get this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And who's truly in rulership, man? Esau, Edom, pursuing to his blessing in the book of Genesis, right? Who was going to get the fatness of the earth. And the reason it says, Salakia, the people, let me get Jeremiah 51. And this also goes for that dude that, or the president that was saying what things that we need to do in order for us to, live better lives. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Babylon has been the golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Okay? That's why the people are mourning, because you guys followed after the ways of America, Babylon the Great. What does America push? The letter, the rainbow letter group things, right? They also push what? Feminism. They push both, the family structure being, backwards. They push poison. They push all manners of, things that are not progressive for society. And this is why, all your nations are falling down, because you have all drunken of her wine. And now it's all coming back to bite you guys in the ass. But this is all so it can lead to World War III. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed. You see, if so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, right? By all the means, right? By everything that these elites have of all these nations. They could easily stop world hunger. They could easily stop pestilences, diseases. They could easily stop war. They can, make everybody's lives, decent. With all the money that's in the world, they can really just have everybody live, peaceably. But forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. It's not going to be healed. Actually, I didn't even read it up. So like, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Let me get this in the book of Daniel. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Okay, so that president, right? The president of Africa, as I like to call him, you were set up by the Lord. Biden and the elitists of the World Economic Forum and so on and so forth, right? The elites, the ruling class, they were set up by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? The Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and he setteth up over it the basis of men. Esau, Edom, the wicked, right? You have the sons of men, the sons of the Most High, right? And then you have the sons of the wicked, the basis of men. That would be Esau, Edom. Which is why all you people followed after their ways. You other nations followed after their ways because you guys fell. And it's all biblical prophecy, nonetheless. Right, Jeremiah 51st chapter. You guys fell into thinking that America is the way that the Most High is supposed to set up a kingdom. Not realizing that he's actually set up at this moment just so the Lord can show his power all over again. Pursuing to Romans, the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. Right? He lifted him up just like Pharaoh, just so he can show his power all over again, because Most High is disrespected everywhere he goes. And mostly here in America, Babylon the Great, right? He had the names written of blasphemy on him. She had the name written of blasphemy, Salakia, talking about America. Because the Most High is blasphemed. I get that as a tongue twister, man, Salakia, but that word all in America, bro. And you people and us people, right, because we're in this too, right? We're subject to payments where people are, even now, so with the economy even harder, right? Things are just getting tougher and worse. We're in the midst of this too, but nonetheless, it's only going to get better once Yahweh Bashim Yahushai sets up the Israelites, the 144,000 to be specific. Let me get this. Let me read Proverbs 29:2 again. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. You see, Esau Edom is that unwise king. Because I seen a video on TikTok not too long ago as well of some dude, some Edomite, getting mad that his own country, his own people, right? Because this is a nation of Edom, okay? His own people has put him into nuclear war. Okay, an unwise king destroyeth his people. And through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And that's going to be us, Akim, Adonai Tazah. We be that number, the 144,000, because we have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. And verse 20, therefore the desire of wisdom, right? We want to get all this wisdom. Brothers most likely pray every day to increase yourself, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. And this is why we're at the end of the world. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth, right? As you can see, we're at the end of the world, at the end of the world, Salaki, man. Right? You can read the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, and go down the list, and you're going to see all the prophecies just being, you can check all of them off, right? Then did I consider these things, Salaki. Then I answered and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times, or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And the reason it's a beginning is because that kingdom that's going to be set up, right, the kingdom of heaven that the Lord is going to set up, is going to be a forever kingdom in its true sense, right? Because, I don't want to get too deep or lose you, Akim, but, or new listeners, but we're under grace right now. So since we're under grace, we're getting ready to come into what? That new covenant, which consists of the laws being written in our inward parts. Okay? Everybody knowing the name of the Lord, and us not having to teach about the name of the Lord anymore. Right? Because this go-around that we're in right now, Romans 9 chapter, the Most High is doing this so he can bring out his name all over again. Right? Just as it did in the time of Egypt. So he can make his name known among everybody, right? So that's going to be the fulfilling of that new covenant. And with that, right, we're going to have, everybody's going to know the name of the Lord. We're not going to have to teach nobody. We're not going to be sinning anymore, which is going to grant to us what? Immortality. And you can read that in the book of Corinthians. We're going to be immortal, because what is death unto an Israelite? Sin. Now imagine if we never sin again. Because sin is our kryptonite, and Esau, Edom, and these other nations know that. This is why they throw pork and things that don't even need to have pork in them. There was even a study a while back that they were throwing pork even in the concrete. And the law tells us to not even, we're not supposed to even touch, the dead carcass. We're not supposed to touch anything dead. Right? And then even in our concrete, we're out there touching shit. When you eat, maybe you go and, you're craving, let's say, I don't know, some candy, whatever candy, some chocolate. There's probably an ingredient in there that goes back to pork. And you may ask yourself why, why do we need to have all these crazy ingredients, things of that sort? It's because Esau, Edom knows that with us sinning, he has his hedge over us. Because when we're right, when we're in our right mind, when we're, repenting, when we don't, we're not sinning, the Lord is looking out after us. Okay? And Esau Edom knows that. Okay, which is why we're at the end of the world, because the Most High just needs the elect to be woken up, and that's it. Once the elect is all sealed, that's game over. Everybody else is gonna get caught up in this judgment, and we're gonna get sent out to war, right? Second Ezra 16th chapter. You can start at the 33rd verse. You're gonna be sent to war, right? Joel 3:9. Everybody's preparing for war. You're gonna get sent out there, and you're gonna fight against Yahweh Shai and his angels. Or you might just get obliterated before you even, land, right? Your fucking helicopter, whatever airplane that you arrive in gets fucking shot down. Okay? Right? You're going to go back. You're going to go fight to war, which is where we're in. And then the Lord is, going to come down with his chariots and so on and so forth, man. This is the end of the world. This is the end of the world, man. The Yemen situation. Right? Who's backing up Yemen? Iran, man. This is game over. There was another video, man, Salaka, from a rambling of an actual, military dude that I guess he was high up in the ranks or whatever, and he was technically saying how America is not able to defeat Iran and Yemen due to the fact on the land, and due to the fact that America can't even get troops on that land, right? Because what are they doing right now? They're sinking their ships. They're sinking the U.S. ships. Okay, and it's all for biblical prophecy's sake, right? It's all for biblical prophecy's sake. Soon after the Quran was set up, the mark of the beast, right? The RFID hip is set up and made mandatory. Not too long after that, these nukes are going to be shot up. But this is verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And this is a question out there for vocab, man. This is a question out there for vocab. If Esau is the end of the world, which we already see all the signs, we see the signs of the times, right? We see we're at the end of the world. How could they be extinct? Because when the kingdom is set up, right, for Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? When the kingdom is set up, what's going to happen? There's going to be no more wars. You can read that in the book of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. The animals, they're going to be acting different. They're going to be in league with one another, right? The wolf is going to be sleeping with the sheep. Right? Hey, the nations are supposed to be going to that land every I forgot exactly. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's day in. They're supposed to be going to that land, wanting to understand the ways of righteousness. We don't got that shit happening over here. So what's going on? Esau is in rulership right now. But we're witnessing the end of his rulership, right? Let me get this. Probably close out right here. Yep, Matthew chapter 12 and verse 20. Matthew chapter 12 and verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. You're having Edomite nations going against Edomite nations. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, is he divided against himself? How shall then his kingdom stand? Okay. It's a rhetorical question, man. You people, you nations, America, you Edomites, you guys were bound to not stand. Your kingdom was bound to be thrown down. So what? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai can set up over one that is profitable, where in the kingdom of heaven, people are going to be rejoicing. People are going to be living good. The only ones that are not are going to be Edomites. You guys are going to go extinct, right? Because there's going to be no more wickedness in the kingdom, and you people are the sons of the wicked. And it's crazy, man. You can go in the comment boards on, these different war videos and things of that sort, and you see how prideful Esau is, man. He said, bring it on, motherfucker, do this. This is what happens when you mess with America. It's proud, bro, proud, right? Scriptures even call you guys proud. Let me get this. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 29. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, cap against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she has done. Do unto her. For she had been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord, power of hosts. For thy day is come, thy time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. You guys are getting ready to be brought low, and you elites of these these Edomites, right? You're gonna make it, bro. The Lord's gonna preserve you and deliver you, and just so you can be humbled down in the bunkers, waiting for an elect man, right? The 144,000 to gather you up, to bring you out of the bunkers and put you as the first fruits of the slaves in the kingdom of heaven. This is just that time, bro. And you Jake that out there just living in la la land, thinking shit sweet, bro. Look at the shit that's happening right now. You focusing on shit that does not fucking matter. Doesn't matter anything. Hey, the book of Ecclesiastes, it said vanities of vanities, all is vanity. When you read the book of Ecclesiastes, he's letting you know how everything in this world is vanity, bro. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. If you don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding going into Jacob's trouble, man, you're cooked. And World War III is a part. You're gonna get that letter, or you might just get picked up. Like, what the hell's happening? We sending you out of war, motherfucker. Then that's when that second Ezra 16 and the 16th chapter is gonna come to pass. Bro, we are in this time, right? It should be evident. It should be evident where we're at, But nonetheless, though, man, to that president of Africa, there's no healing any of this. There's no rising up. We need to make America better and all you other nations better. We all need to come. No, that is not how the Lord. Let me get this before I close out. It's the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 51. I tell you, Salakia, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? ? I tell you not, no, but rather division. Okay? And then it's going to go into, the houses. But nonetheless, that precept fits. Let me also get this one. Rather division, man. The Lord's not here to gather gather all of us up together and have a good, let's put the swords down and let's put the nukes away and let's just all come together and be one in unity. Let me get this. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. So I'm going to let it play out a little bit longer to see kind of what he was going into. Because I actually didn't even get to finish all the way to the end because, he kind of made the point that I see where his head was at. Okay, where his mindset was going to watch.
You need to start getting involved in what is happening in your respective countries. Don't leave it to the politicians in your respective countries to determine your future. You can be the change.
You see, the future's already been made, bro. The future is already laid out. It just needs to play out. Okay? And the scriptures even go into that. Right? The future is already set in stone. What is the judgment for America? And really, you other parts of the world. Because you're going to feel the destruction, right, as well.
That is required to make a difference. If you have a government who has been in power and the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer, then you must do something about it.
So I mean, yeah, you know, you brothers can search up President Bonho on TikTok and watch this video if you want to listen to the rest of what he got to say. But that was just, you know, my take on it. That this, you know, this world really in general, because you guys have all taken the ways of America, Babylon the Great, is not going to be healed. This world is done for, and no one's going to rejoice. No one's going to be, you know, living in a kingdom where everything is all nice and sunshine until the kingdom of heaven is established, right? Depart from her, for this is not your rest. You can read that in the book of Daniel. Okay, let me get that. Oh, Salakia, Micah 2:10. Arise, ye, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. Let me get this. This is what I meant. Because just being here, Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, right? That proudness, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, which is why you have the Gregorian calendar that was set up, right? And then you have the leap year, and you have all the, right? He has all the times fucked up. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times. Okay. So yeah, man, you know, he's gonna wear us out here, you know, the saints, the Israelites, and really everybody that's feeling it, right? But not as much as the Israelites, because the scriptures do say that you other nations are not in trouble as, you know, as us, right? You're not in trouble as us. But nonetheless, we're not going to be able to, you know, to rest you, you know, because it is polluted. You know, it's full of wickedness, it's full of, and it's not going to be healed. Right? Let me get this. Salakia, man. Just priests just keep popping into mind. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 13. Consider the works of the Most High, who can make that straight, which he hath made crooked. In the day of prosperity of joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. The Most High also has set the one over against the other, to the end man shall find nothing after him. Let me read it. Just get the point right here. Yep. Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. Consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight, which he had made crooked. You see, hey, she is not healed, so depart from her, man. You know, that's it, man. You know, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to close out by giving all praises, honor, and infinite glory to our power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakudah.